Today, we're diving into the almost unbelievable story behind one of the most famous car brands in the world. I mean, think about it. This is the story of a man whose name is on billions of cars, but whose incredible life has been almost completely forgotten. And this question gets right to the heart of it all. I mean, can you even imagine creating something so successful that your name becomes a household word across the entire globe, only to end your life with pretty much nothing to show for it? And this, right here, is the central, shocking irony of Louis Chevrolet's life. On one side, you've got the man himself, a brilliant racer, a genius engineer who died penniless. And on the other, the brand, this massive American institution, a symbol of success that has made fortunes for other people. That's the tragic disconnect we're going to explore. So, how on earth did this happen? How does the founder of Chevrolet, the guy it's named after, end up as a forgotten mechanic working on the very assembly line that's making other men rich off of his name? Okay, to really get this, we gotta go back to the beginning of his journey. See, Louis Chevrolet wasn't just born into the world of automobiles. This guy was forged in the fires of hardship and just a relentless passion for speed. So Louis was born in Switzerland to a family of watchmakers. But when the family business failed, they had to move to France and faced extreme poverty. It got so bad that he had to drop out of school at just 11 years old to go work in a bicycle shop. And it was right there, surrounded by all those gears and chains, that his inner engineering genius really started to light up. And when he finally makes it to America, his love for mechanics and his need for speed just collided on the racetrack. I mean, this guy drove with such ferocity, with such a total disregard for his own safety, that he quickly earned a pretty memorable nickname, the Daredevil Frenchman. But look, he wasn't just some reckless driver. He was the complete package. You have to remember, these early race cars were absolute beasts, and he was strong enough to literally wrestle them into submission. On top of that, he was a brilliant mechanic who could push them to their absolute limits. This rare combination made him a national sensation, and yeah, pretty much unbeatable on the track. Well, you know, when you're that good and that famous, people are going to notice. And boy, did he catch the eye of a very shrewd businessman named William Durant. This led to a partnership that would change automotive history forever. So this guy Durant had actually just been forced out of a little company he co-founded called General Motors. He saw huge potential in Louis' popular, kind of exotic Swiss-sounding name. So he comes to Louis and says, hey, let's start a car company together. And in 1911, with Louis designing the cars and Durant handling the business, the Chevrolet Motor Company was born. Louis's first and only design for the company was the Classic 6. And this car was his baby. This thing was his masterpiece. It was big, powerful, stylish, and yeah, it was expensive. It was a true performance machine, and he was so proud of it. It was everything he believed a car with his name on it should be. But, and this is a big but, there was a huge problem right from the get-go. Louis, the racer, wanted to build these high-end, powerful machines. But Durant, the businessman, he saw what Ford was doing with the Model T, and he wanted to build cheap, mass-market cars that would, as he put it, bring in the bucks. I mean, their visions for the company couldn't have been more opposite. Yeah, something had to give, right? This deep disagreement just couldn't last. And it all came to a head in this really personal and ultimately catastrophic argument. So get this, while Louis is away on a trip to Europe, Durant goes completely behind his back. He totally restructures the company to focus on his vision for cheap cars. You can imagine when Louis got back, he felt totally betrayed and just deeply insulted that the company with his name on it had been changed without him even knowing. And the final straw, the thing that blew it all up, was something so small. Durant apparently made some snarky comment about Louis's habit of smoking cheap cigars. For a guy like Louis, a man of immense pride, this was just the ultimate disrespect. And he was so wounded that he fired back with these famous words, and that was it. The partnership was over. He walked away. In 1915, furious that his vision was being totally ignored, Louis Chevrolet sold all of his shares in the company. Just like that, he was out. It was a move driven purely by pride, and man, would it cost him. Now, after Louis left Chevrolet, his story doesn't just end there. In fact, it's this crazy mix of incredible highs followed by just the most unimaginable lows. He started his own racing company, Frontenac, and even won the Indianapolis 500. But then the absolute unthinkable happened. His younger brother Gaston was killed in a racing accident, and Louis was just shattered. So devastated that he swore he would never race again. After that, his companies failed, the Great Depression wiped him out, and by the 1930s, he had to take a job as a line mechanic at the very Chevrolet factory he co-founded. In 1941, he died penniless. And here's the kicker. This is the ultimate tragic irony of the whole story. Because while Louis's life was completely falling apart, the company with his name on the front was just skyrocketing to unbelievable heights. Now, with Durant's mass market vision in full control, Chevrolet just dominated the industry. By the early 1930s, it was outselling Ford. They started pumping out some of the most legendary cars in American history, like the Corvette and the Impala, and that bow tie logo became a global symbol of American success. And to put that success into perspective for you, in 1965 alone, the company sold over 1 million Impalas. Just think about that. Over 1 million cars in a single year. It's a record that still stands today, and it's just a mind-boggling number that really shows you the scale of the fortune Louis just walked away from. So in the end, Louis Chevrolet is buried in a cemetery right near the Indianapolis racetrack, the very place where he was once a king. His name is everywhere, but his story is known by almost no one. And it just leaves you with this one nagging question. When a founder is forgotten, is their name a true legacy, or does it just become a brand?